Hello, how you doing? Can you let everyone know who you are and where you're from?
Hey everyone, my name is Stephanie May Fausto. Um, I am currently in Las Vegas, Nevada, but I used to be from good old Sanford, North Carolina.
Can you describe your overall experience working with Third Eye Multimedia?
Oh, my experience. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to work with you guys. I had a really great time. It was during the earlier years of my career of like learning to film and like learning to like act and stuff. And everybody on set was very professional, very kind, very um, patient with me. um, but it was overall was a wonderful, wonderful experience. We moved quickly. We got through like every scene very well. So I enjoyed it a lot.
What was your role involvement in the process of this movie?
My role at that time was girl next door, just moved in. So that was super fun. It was a really different role. And at that time, I really wanted to like explore different roles to see what fit for me. But I was also able to have the opportunity to help with some fight choreography in the film as well. And that's more of my forte. um, but it was also a really good experience because it was fight choreography that had to do with the situation rather than what I'm actually used to, which is very dramatic fight choreography for martial arts or like action type films. So this one was a really great experience for me to learn and use my skill set.
Okay, I want to elaborate. How was the quality of the final product service provided for the film?
Chill experience, like for a lack of a better word, is that it was like everything was super chill. Everything went very, very smoothly. Um, it wasn't stressful at all. It can be. It can be very stressful when you're on set, especially when you're on a time limit. And you have to like stay within like your timed frames and everything. Um, but I feel like we covered everything relatively quickly, um, scene by scene. Trying to think. Yeah, we covered everything like really, really quickly, and I think it was like the first time I experienced like having lunch with the crew too.
Yeah, it was a small
Because
crew. It was a
yeah,
small
yeah, it was
crew.
a very,
Yeah,
very small crew. But normally, like there's like, food's never guaranteed on set, right?
yeah.
Um,
Mine it
you
is.
know,
Mine it is.
yeah, breaks are never guaranteed on set. So this is the first time I experienced that, and I was like, oh wow, this is like really cool. And then getting to know everybody also was like a really fun experience for me. Um, just so that way, it's a good reminder that like even though this is a like you're passionate about acting or anything like that, um, connection is still super important, and being able to get along with everyone is still super important because then it helps to make the whole process and the project itself to go very, very smoothly.
Okay, okay. As far as the editing that you could remember, did the vision show? Okay, if you're out, okay, I put it like this: you're outside looking in, and as far as the editing of what did you teach the hand to hand coordination? Was it believable to you, or was it over the top? Was it under the top? From what you could remember.
What I can remember, I recall it at first when I had like initially saw the choreography before I had a hand in it. It seemed a little over the top for me at that time. So, like I said, I am used to over the top, but I think situationally, like you have to be like very aware of the kind of film you're filming and things. And so I was really fortunate that you guys were able to ask me, like, does this look right? And I was like, looks a little too much. So if I remember correctly, it looked a little bit more realistic afterwards, because in a lot of like action movies, for instance, like you want to be able to do these like cool kicks, you want to throw people around, you want to like use whatever is like in hand. And I think it's really important to understand the kind of film that you're doing.
Mm.
And at that time, the film we were doing was not perceived as an action film or mostly action. So it was fun and interesting for me to be able to be like, oh, we should like tone this down a little bit. Like, no one needs to really get thrown like that. And I think after we watched it and we like brought it back and we played it back, like it looked a lot more believable.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's why we took your expertise on that. Like, yeah, we're gonna throw some blows on her. Like, no, let her use her expertise and let's make this look as good as possible. We didn't want over the top, but we know in movie world it's not over top. It's just what it is. But I definitely like that we took time out on set, had enough time to take out on set and actually go to the side and do that, and then come back and film it, and we still met the quota. But on top of that, would you work with Third Eye Multimedia again?
Oh yeah, of course. I might be all the way across the country, but if you
Hey,
guys need somebody, let me
we'll get
know.
a we'll get a budget either come out there or bring you out back out this way.
I wish you. I miss the East Coast
but
sometimes, you know.
but in closing, if you had advice for any actors, male or female, what would your advice be to them?
My advice would be to think. It will be very tough, and you will have a lot of lows, and you'll have highs for sure. But if this is something that you are truly passionate about, I think that you should still go after it. Um, and I think honing your craft is is very important, regardless of what you do. Regardless of if you are just purely an actor or you are a stunt choreographer or anything like that, um, whatever craft that you have found that works for you, you should absolutely hone it to the best of your abilities and further if you can. And you never know where it'll bring you.
That's a great way to put that. I was speechless for a quick second.
Thank you.
Mostly, definitely. I thank you for your time on this, for real. Okay, once again, can you let the people know who you are and where you're from?
Hey everyone, my name is Stephanie Fausto, and I am from Las Vegas, Nevada. I was one of the actors for Albert's film.